All right, we're going to talk about him. Baker Mayfield, the #1 overall draft pick in the 2018 NFL draft. How is he going to do this, not career, this fantasy season? But first, Dustin, how do they get their pretty faces on SmackDown?
He's no Johnny Manziel, but he'll...
Oh, you and your Johnny love.
Hey, at least we'll get some CFL out of Johnny.
You will. You will get some CFL.
If you want your own show on our channel, it's easy. Click on the link in the description. Check out the rules. We're running a contest. We've already had a few entries that are looking pretty solid, I must say, so we're excited about that. If you got an idea for a weekly show, put a little demo reel together, send it over to us. We'll check it out. We'll pick a winner, and someone in the community will have their own show during the season. Should be interesting. Fun
times. All right, Baker Mayfield. What's he... First of all, let's talk about him in the Combine, right? At the Combine or pre-draft, everybody had, you know, all those top quarterbacks, everyone's like, who's going to go? Who's going to take him? It's personal preference. There wasn't necessarily a clear cut. I mean, some people thought Sam Darnold should have been him, but either way, the Browns fell in love with this kid based on his moxie, based on, and Dustin will go over the college stats that were just gaudy and ridiculous. You know, he does have some wheels, 4.8. It was his 40 time, which is certainly solid for a quarterback. But, you know, it's just where, it's not crazy that he went #1. Some people thought it was absolutely nuts. He was probably going to go, as we're heading to the draft, somewhere in the top 5. Just so happened the Browns thought he should be #1.
And when you look at his college stats, they were pretty ridiculous. 14 games, threw for over 4,600 yards, 43 touchdowns, that's over 3 a game, only 6 interceptions. The stat I like the most in terms of potentially having value his rookie year as a rookie quarterback, 311 rushing yards, 5 rushing touchdowns. You gotta like that. And the stats are definitely there. He's got a strong arm. He's certainly interesting in terms of a quarterback that could come in and have instant value. And talk about the depth chart. There are some pieces there. It's interesting.
So he's 6'1", 215. I didn't mention that prior, but some people think he's too undersized. Everyone always relates it to Drew Brees, but it's not like he's, and as Dustin was saying, Drew Brees is probably, what, he's listed at 6 foot?
I think, yeah, but maybe on a good day.
Yeah, Dustin was saying with his cleats on. So let's look at the depth chart. First, we got to talk about the quarterback situation. They signed Tyrod Taylor. Again, this is why free agency after the draft, but I digress. So with Tyrod Taylor being there, Dustin and I both believe after a couple weeks, Baker Mayfield's going to be the starter.
Unless somehow they're winning.
Yeah, I mean, do you really see him coming out 3-1 or something like that?
Not very likely.
So they'll be 1-3. People will be calling for the rookie. He'll come in. So let's talk about the pieces around him. They got Landry there. That's interesting. New face in Cleveland. We've always liked Landry's talent. He's great over the middle, just getting open, getting a lot of short passes, and just getting a lot of catches to move the chains. Then they got Josh Gordon there. As long as those demons are still kind of away, his talent
seem to be.
I mean, his talent's ridiculous. They have a youngster in Corey Coleman, who definitely showed some flashes last year. They got Duke Johnson there. They got Chubb. They got Carlos Hyde. All of a sudden, the Browns' offense
there's some pieces.
It just looks exciting on paper. So, based on that, Dustin, where are you taking this guy?
So, that's the tough one because you don't know when he's going to start. And I very much compare it to the Bears situation last year with Glennon and Trubisky where, you know, do you even draft Trubisky, you know, because it's tough. You don't know when he's going to start, and we do fully expect Tyrod to be the starter week 1. But I do think you do draft Mayfield, and obviously any type of 2-quarterback league, any league where you're taking about 30 quarterbacks, I think he should get drafted because I would put him around the 30th quarterback. I mean,
would you take him over Tyrod in a 2-quarterback league?
Yeah, it's tough because Tyrod gets the rushing yards too. So I think if Tyrod, with Glennon last year, I had no faith in Glennon giving fantasy stats, but Tyrod can give you kind of some junky stats just in terms of, you know, give me 40, 50 rushing yards, throws his rushing touchdown in there, maybe 200 passing yards, and all of a sudden he's had a decent week. So I think there is a small chance that Cleveland can play around 500 football and Taylor stays the quarterback the whole year. So I probably would take Taylor over Mayfield.
Interesting.
Maybe. As we sit right now, I don't know.
I think there's 0 chance to play 500 ball. Baker Mayfield's in week 4.
The Browns, though, They are headed in the right direction.
I hear you. On paper, it looks interesting, but it's the Browns. They've won, what, 1 game in 2 years? But it's just not going to happen.
I'm saying it's possible. Would I put any money on it straight up?
No, I hear it. Right.
You give me 10 to 1 odds, maybe we'll talk. But it's certainly interesting.
So redraft leagues, are you taking him at all? Redraft 12-team leagues, 16, you start 1 quarterback.
14, 16-team leagues, I would maybe take him.
But in a 12-team league, 1 quarterback, I'm not touching him.
I mean, again, I think you got to get to the 30th quarterback off the board to where
really consider him at this point.
I mean, where we sit right now, unless Tyrod really starts to struggle, or if Mayfield just blows me away in preseason.
You know they are going to be featured on Hard Knocks this year, so we'll be able to see a little inside how it's working.
He'll jump up 5 rounds because of that.
Every year the Hard Knocks, Jameis Winston, Evans, everybody jumped up on the Bucs last year because they were on Hard Knocks. It's crazy.
So there's Baker Mayfield.
Here you go, Dustin. You throw the paper because you dropped your pen.
Oh, it's gonna be perfect too. It's gonna hit the lens. That wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was solid. It was a little dartish.
Check out all our other videos. Subscribe. Hit the notification button. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you feel about Mr. Baker Mayfield, or if you also are excited about watching Johnny football in the CFL. You can talk about that as well. 3 texts this year if Johnny's playing well from Dustin, letting me know that he had 350 yards, 3 touchdowns, and I just picked him up in our Dynasty League. Will you pick him up in our Dynasty League if he's blowing up? I'm not going to waste the roster spot. Bring him back, though.
You had Tebow the year after.
Tebow is amazing.
The year after, I think, whenever Tebow was not on a team, you were like, you know what? I still want Tebow.
That was a while ago.
It was many moons ago.
Bring him back, too.